Well, hello, everybody. This is Ken Winans and Stephanie Larson from Winans Investments, and we hope that you are enjoying your fall as we certainly around here are relieved that the Schwab TD merger is officially done. But I wanted to start on that first. We've been getting a lot of calls in here regarding statements, things not quite being right or there being adjustments. And I'm just going to say this very quickly. I literally just told my father this the other day. He's 96 and he still looks at paper statements. And everything's running late, everybody. It's going to probably take another month for it to get completely back in sync. And Stephanie, you were going to comment on it.
I mean, a few of the errors that we noticed, like if you came from TD, I would highly recommend that you check your account information at Schwab. A couple of people had like wrong birth dates in there, and while that doesn't really affect too much, when it comes to RMD requirements and things like that, it actually will. So I think as a general sanity check, if you're a transfer, just make sure everything looks kosher as it should be.
Well, and then also, for those of you who do use our own portal, the Winans portal on Tamarack, we do make sure things are accurate there. So if you check that, you'll find that to probably, at least at this point in time, the most realistic place to find things. I am going to be going to the Schwab conference in Philadelphia next week. I have some pointed questions I want to ask them regarding our clients, our Winans clients, and there's supposedly a lot of new services and capabilities that Schwab is adding. So I'm hoping to get a lot of answer on what's going to be happening.
Yeah.
I just wanted to start with the admin things first. I know that Mindy and Amy will be reaching out to you about RMDs for IRAs and things such as that. There's still the whole issue of tax returns for California residents because of the flooding last year. I guess basically you have one more month to settle everything up. So to say that 2023 has been a wacky year is probably a mild understatement. Personally, I can't wait to get out of it. But let's talk about where we're at and what we're doing. If you haven't done it lately, I would encourage you to read my last couple of articles I've written in Forbes, and you can find them on Tamarack, or you can certainly just go on Forbes' own portal and find them. And Stephanie wrote an absolutely wonderful piece about what's going on in the bond market right now. But let me just start with our world. This has been a very lopsided type of market this year. You can pick your benchmark. If you are heavy in tech stocks, you've had an okay year. If you're not heavy in tech stocks, it's been a sideways, choppy, really volatile year. And it's just by case in point, if I look at the S&P 500, I think it's up on the year about 8. The Dow Industrial Average is flat. The Russell 2000 is -2. The S&P 400 mid cap is -3. So again, we're not in a bull market by any stretch of the imagination, and the volatility is going to continue. Now, with that being said, the good news is we raised a lot of cash in the summertime. We're putting it to work. We've been actively buying a lot of stocks as we're going through this earnings season. The names that we bought are, I think many of you will notice, we've never owned them before. They operate very, very well in this inflation type environment. So I expect that we'll be fully invested by the end of this month. Steph, you want to?
Yeah, I think that's the plan. Ken and I both agreed, we both agreed that we would be fully invested by the end of the month on both sides. I think most of you guys know that on the fixed income side, I always try to keep the accounts full. Obviously, you don't get the benefit of the income if I have cash just sitting in that part of the allocation. It just doesn't make sense. What we are doing, and you guys have probably noticed in your accounts, if you have fixed income, I've been really aggressive with preferreds. The treasuries auctions that have been going on have actually, what's happening is the inverted yield curve is trying to reinvert, and the treasury auction that happened last week actually was very subdued. Not a lot of buyers. What the Fed is doing is, or the Treasury Department is letting treasuries mature, fall off, and they're not reissuing new ones. So it's playing some weird games with the yields in the fixed income space. For preferreds, it's putting some pressure on them, which is great. I mean, it doesn't look great if you already own them and you see them in your portfolio and the price is going down a little bit. But in general, it's making a really nice buying opportunity. So if you have any unused paper or unused cash on the fixed income side, I've been really aggressive buying preferreds the last 2 weeks or so. I did a lot yesterday, a ton today, and I'll finish up tomorrow with any more buys. So we're just trying to take advantage of that kind of dislocation in the market. And so not only on the equity side are we being really aggressive with our rotation, on the fixed income side, I'm trying to squeeze every little piece, every inch of the yield out of the market that I can get.
And just to add on this, many of you are asking, and I know, look, it's a scary time right now with the geopolitical issues, the fact that it's suddenly dawning on everybody that the inflation situation will not completely dissipate until probably second half of 2025, which is, by the way, the historical norm.
Yeah, the average.
It's the average. I mean, inflation cycles run 6 to 8 years, and this one is going to do the same thing. But with that being said, although we're not in a bull market, we're not in a bear market, we're in what we call a channel market or a range-bound market. Our job is to find opportunities within that. And the seasonal ties to the market, I traditionally always do this. October, November, December, January, I usually find it behooves us to be fully invested. We're doing that now. You're not hiring us to day trade. We certainly don't do that. But we are going after the seasonal bounce that I think we're going to have. I actually think that the holiday season will be better than most people predict. I know that right now, especially, I'm hearing a lot from people about prices at the gas pump. Yes, it is very high, but it bounces around, folks. And every time you have a war in the Middle East, unfortunately, oil prices go up. So we have to just be prepared for that. But we just, more than anything, we haven't done a video in about 3 months. We just wanted to say hi, let you all know that we're here. We're trying to take advantage of a very, very choppy, volatile situation. At the same time, feel free to call us with your questions if you want to go over anything. Only other thing I would bring up, at this point in time, I would highly recommend people just stay the course, stay with your current allocations. Let's get into January or February. If you want to make adjustments at that point in time, fine. But I don't like making mid-course corrections based on a headline article somewhere. And certainly I can tell you this is not the time to be holding large amounts of cash when there's some opportunities. One other quick thing. We have been reviewing some new client portfolios, and I'm still absolutely shocked to look and finding that people have bonds that are coming due in 30 and 40 years out. I know some of you have second and third managers. I would just encourage you to do this one thing. There's no point for somebody who's retired to have a bond coming due in 2040 or 2050. That world is long gone. It's going to cause you problems. So do keep an eye on what you're in. You don't want to turn your back on this market. Steph, anything you want to add?
I'd say if you haven't read the the quarterly commentary that I wrote, I highly recommend that everybody read it. If you can't find it in your portal, just let me know and I'll email it to you myself. I talk about the discrepancies in the benchmarks and how a few names are actually really driving the performance this year. And I think that's really important for people to understand, to look under the hood and really understand what's driving and compelling this market. I do touch on bonds for quite a bit, and I also explain why earnings season is so important this year. These are a lot of questions that clients ask me, and that's why I made sure to put it into the commentary to really get into some depth about it. And I just recommend everybody read it. So that'd be about it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, earnings season is going to be interesting this year. We actually just saw a Netflix report, so that was fun. So,
Yeah, knock on wood.
in a good way.
Listen, just hopefully we'll talk more. Certainly as we get through the rest of this quarter. Like we say, I don't think any of us are looking forward to fond memories of 2023. Whether it's the banking crisis, the floods of California, the fires up north, the volatility in the market with interest rates. Believe me, we want to move into 2024, and we're looking for those opportunities. So anyway, hang in there, everybody, and I hope you're all doing well. Take care.
Bye, guys.